your parents?
My dad's in prison and my mom was using drugs and being with dudes.
Did you have any family?
Yeah, but they all use drugs too.
All of them?
Like all my family either use drugs, is recovering and don't want to fuck with us because they don't want to help us get clean, or they're
Alright, what was your name one more time?
Tayana.
And you consent to being recorded?
Yeah,
Cool. So you were in the foster care system
yeah.
and then you aged out of it?
Yeah, basically. And then they kind of didn't help me though.
What was the help that they were wanting to give? Or did they?
They were wanting to get me so I started using drugs at 11 and they were trying to get me, they told me that if I didn't get clean that they couldn't get me an apartment, even though I knew that wasn't true, that there's multiple resource housing for people that use. So I just kind of, after that, it made me not trust them. Well, I started using dope at 11 and then I aged out and then I stopped fucking with them, the foster care. Stop using the resources.
Where were your parents?
My dad's in prison and my mom was using drugs and being with dudes.
Did you have any family?
Yeah, but they all use drugs too.
All of them?
Like all my family either use drugs, is recovering and don't want to fuck with us because they don't want to help us get clean, or they're.
And do you want to get clean or is it something?
No, I do want to get clean. When I was on, I didn't want to get clean, and then I switched to. And I need to get clean now because it's like if you don't have this shit, you're super sick. It's bad.
How old are you? Can I ask you that?
I'm 20.
You're 20?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can change and have a future ahead of you? And do you,
Yeah, if I get clean.
if you got clean, what would you want to, like, what kind of job would you want? Or what?
Yeah, I want to go to college and I want to be a in-home mom or an at-home mom. So, but I want to take classes on the computer, and then I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
So you would have to get clean for that.
Yep. My mom, I was born addicted to. I don't want, that would make me feel really bad, following my mom's footsteps and having kids addicted.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it too early because my mom had me really young and she wasn't able to take care of me.
So how do you stay safe?
I stay with people I trust that show me that I can trust them. It's like one thing after another, especially being on the streets. Like when I was in housing, it was a lot easier, but now that I'm on the streets, it's one thing after another and I can't get a break. And I'm stressed out, so then I get and I cut myself. Yeah, but it's getting better. I haven't in a year. Today's the first day I not having no support. That's what happened to me, not having no support, and then I needed some way to cope with it, and I cut myself, and then people would make fun of me, so I needed to use drugs. So.
Okay, what would you need out of a transitional home if you had one right now?
Supportive people. That's the biggest thing.
Do you think you would stay there sober?
Yeah, if they could help me get clean. Just get more people to help out that have similar backgrounds because they can help and relate the most and we can feel more comfortable with them and trauma informed.
What would you need help with? Like finding a job,
finding a job, getting an NA, but not NA that's faith-based, because I feel like the faith-based one is like if you don't believe in God, then we can't help you. So I don't want it to be faith-based, but I want it to be NA because I could relate to the people. That's why I want to be a drug and alcohol counselor, because the people that helped me the most were the ones that had the same, a similar background.
You actually came up to me. I was surprised. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, because I've done this before.
You have?
There was another dude a couple years ago that came up and was like, hey, can we do an interview? And I was like, sure. It was based on just a life story.